Hello guys and welcome. I'm Mounted Java and this is learning Java game programming. Hey there guys. Sorry for the late upload, but this is going to be a series where I can show you how to display the objects to actually get the game ready. So as you know before in the last tutorial, when we open this up, when we launch it, you see it's just a gray screen. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go to the package. We're going to make a new package. Let's call this object handler. Okay, new class, and then we'll just go ahead and do object handler again, and then we'll also make a class and we'll call that entity. Alright, so this entity class will basically be like a subclass for the player class, but right now it's not going to be any type of player or anything like that. These are just going to be objects, so it's just basically the same exact thing. So the public class, you want to go ahead and just automatically make this an abstract class. And the reason that we're going to do abstract is because when we go to use the player class or object class, you can just automatically import everything that you'll need. So you'll see. So let's go ahead and do protected. Hang on. Should be, yeah, I'm sorry. It should be down here. So protected int x y. Well, let's go ahead and actually make it that a double. And then we could do velocity x and velocity y. And then you want to do protected ID, and then we'll go ahead and make another class. Well, it's going to be an enum, so here, and then we'll say ID, yep, just ID like that, and then we'll just put in circle. Okay, so then you go back to the entity class. You can exit out of the ID class and then save that. Now you want to do let me see, actually, yeah, that's it for now. So now do public entity, and then you want to basically declare all of these in there. So you would just want to do the same exact thing, double x, double y, double well, no, not the velocity x and y, I'm sorry. You just want to do ID, okay? These are going to be like our getters and setters along with these. Okay, and then just do dot, or this dot x is equal to x. So this x up here is equal to this x. So whatever you do to this x is going to go into this and take effect. So same thing with y. And then this dot ID is equal to ID. Now all we got to do is you can right click the entity class, go down to source, create generate getters and setters, and then just do your x, y, velocity x, y, and then your ID. And as you see, it'll put all of these. Your set ID yeah, this right here, set ID. You don't even need to do that. Okay, now you're done with this class. So exit out of that. Now in your object handler, we're going to use that entity class. So do public ArrayList entity. You want to put entity between these arrows. You just put entity equals new, and then just like before, ArrayList, and then entity right between there, and then your curly braces, or your brackets, I mean, or parentheses, what am I thinking? Okay, now that you imported ArrayList, you can do public, you want to update, public void render graphics G, public void update, import your graphics, and you want public void add entity. Now this method can be called anything if you want, it doesn't matter. Whenever you make a method, you can call it whatever you want. Remove entity. Now this is going to take this is going to take a constructor, and this is going to take a constructor as well. So you want to do entity E, entity E. Okay. Now this array list is just a list of your objects. So what you want to do is loop through that list. So for int I, well actually here's something easier. Well, no, let's go ahead and do it like this for now. Int I is equal to 0 if I is less than entity dot size I plus plus. Then you want to do entity E is equal to entity dot get and I. So you're getting this like the entire list of the entity class. So any objects that you make, that's what you're getting. So then you do E dot update. And I actually forgot that you gotta go ahead and do the update inside of the entity class. So come back here to the entity class, new public abstract void update. You can just put the semicolon at the end. Same thing for render. Graphics G. Import your graphics. Go back to the object handler, and then see now it's fixed. So then you just basically copy this, put it down here in the render, and just do E dot render G, because you're going to render the graphics. So you're just passing that inside of here. Now here you say this dot entity dot add E. So now you're passing this entity class inside of here, because you're going to add the object. And then here, this would be the opposite, you would just remove it. Alright, so now that's set up, so we can now use this class. You can exit out of that. The entity class is set up, you can exit out of that. So now let's just go ahead and make a new class. and we'll just call this object objects and game. Objects in game. Okay. So here's what I was telling you about the entity class. So you can do extends entity, and then automatically you get that red line. And then if it does that, just go to another class and then come back, and then you'd be able to do it. So now, as you see, it automatically adds the constructor completely. And then if you do that again, it adds the methods that we had put in the entity class. So now you can use these. So now we can do g.setColor, color dot, we'll go with blue, and then we're going to do circles. So g.fill oval, and we do x, y, and then we'll say width 30, height 30, and then you'll get a error here because these need to be casted into an int because they're doubles. So you just put the parentheses and you just type an int, and that passes them into an int from a double. Now also you want to do x, oh no, let's do that down here. Inside of update, you want to do x plus equals velocity x, and y plus equals velocity y. And what that does is allows you to create a speed for the object so it can be moved around. Now here you want to go ahead inside of the launcher class, we're going to do private object handler, which we're getting the this class here, the object handler class, and just initializing it here. So then you import that, and then down inside of initialize, you just want to say handler is equal to new object handler. And then the reason for that is so that you can do handler.update, and then down here between the color and the fill rectangle, you can do handler.render, so it looks like that. And then right now nothing's gonna show up, okay? The reason being is because now that you initialize that, you gotta do handler.addEntity, which is what we made right here. And remember, it takes some type of class from the entity, which is our objects in game. So you want to say new objects in game, put some parentheses, and then remember that there takes an x, a y, and an ID. Okay, so we'll just say 200, 200, and you want to do capital I, and then D, and then put a period, and then get the circle. Okay, because that's what we put inside of here. And then you want to import the objects in game, and now it should show up. Here we go. So that's displaying an object for now, and then I'll see you in the next video. We're gonna, well, actually I'll go ahead and show you how you can make it move. So just go back to the objects in game, just like I showed you. Do velocity x, then you just put equals to 1. Okay. As you see, it's moving. And then you can also do, since this is a double, you can do you can do like 0.10, and it makes it move even slower. And then you can also do the same thing with velocity y, which will move it up and down. To move it up, you gotta put negative in front of it. And that same thing with velocity x. You just put negative, and it moves the other direction. So that's pretty much it. And that will be it for now, and then we will actually be getting more into the game. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if it helped you, and I'll see you on the next one.